What's up, people? It's your boy, the Batman THA, though, not THE, THA. And I'm back with another Madden 22 video for y'all. Look, I know I'm late to the scene, but like I told y'all gotta give me time, baby. I'm new to this, but I'm true to this. And we're gonna be discussing about the All Access Deep Dive trailer. You know what? Let's stop all this out. Let's just go ahead and get into it. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go ahead and go. Let's get it.
Hey everyone, Connor Dugan here, Senior Design Director on Madden NFL 22. Super excited to be here with you today to share some of the awesome work our teams are doing, specifically on franchise and Madden 22.
Hold on, I just want to say this. Did y'all see how little Derrick Henry arms are? I think that was from current gen, Xbox One and PlayStation 4. And it might even look like that in this gen. Let's go.
Get ready, because we're about to go deep. Some new franchise features that we'll talk about today include franchise staff and new staff points, the importance of weekly strategy and the integration of dynamic game day on next-gen consoles, an enhanced season engine, franchise hub updates, tuning, and more.
Now, just off that right there, what they just shown, I mean, it seems like they're going to try to implement more what the community wanted. But also understand this. The Madden franchise mode has not been good since Madden 07. That's 14 years ago. That was the last time franchise was actually worth something in Madden. Keep that in mind. Let's go.
With new franchise staff, you're in control of everything from the front office to the field. Franchise staff is meant to empower you to build, grow, and customize your coaching staff using a new RPG talent tree system, so you can build a team that fits your play style. There will be more than 60 different talents to choose from at launch, with more to be added via our Madden 22 franchise live service plan. Plus, the #1 most requested improvement by our players to franchise is scouting.
Now, before I get into the scouting, let me go ahead and look at that. You see how they had that franchise tree breakdown and everything, stat points? All that is cool, but it should be more to it. Like, say players, Richard Sherman, he's an older guy, he retires. Can he come back as a coach, assistant coach, defensive coordinator, things like that? Like, these are things that we need in the game, because if you look at it, basketball games been doing it for years, actually. 2K, even live, they were doing things like that. And I don't know if y'all play NHL hockey, but this really came from NHL, because I'm a fan of the NHL game. And it's crazy how NHL's franchise is more hip to what the people want than Madden. And people frequently play Madden. But let's get back into it. We're going to come back to that. Let's get it go.
We're targeting September for the release of scouting through a live service update. Madden 22's revamped scouting feature will allow you to manage and assign your scouting staff with all new national and regional scouts. We'll have a whole new and much more in-depth system for uncovering details about your prospects. And just like real life, players will move up and down the draft board all season long. We'll have more to share on scouting later in the summer.
Now, the scouting, that's cool. Like, it's brand new, we want a revamped system, so they give it to us. That is cool. But I don't know if y'all watch Ryan Moody's videos on YouTube like I do, but they won't be there at the launch date. It'll be implemented into the game after the first live update. That's cool, but this is something that's been talked about for years and years and years. So why do we have to wait for an update instead of already having it from day one, from launch? Because I don't know if some of y'all know this, that means that if you go ahead and start a franchise like most people do, when the game comes out, you won't be able to have the new system when it uploads. Like when they update the game, you'll have to restart your franchise if you want to do scouting system. So that's kind of an L, but to each his own. Pick your poison. All right, let's get back into it.
Your franchise staff is made up of 4 positions: head coach, an offensive and a defensive coordinator, and a player personnel department. Now, I bet you're wondering about those new staff points we mentioned at the top. Staff points can be earned weekly by setting goals, playing your games, and completing objectives. Then, you can use staff points to upgrade your staff through coach talents. Easy, right? Next up, weekly strategy.
Now, let's talk about that real quick. I mean, I don't know if some of y'all saw it. Let me see if I can scroll back a little bit. Little bit, like here. Now, you see how the weekly goals and everything that you gotta do? That's, like I said, that's cool. You know, play your games, you update your coach, upgrade them, everything. That's cool. But when you look at it, it's just generic. Like, it's bare balls minimum. Like, there's no, how can I put it? Like, there's no, I can't think of the word. There's no type of actual grind to it, in a sense. Like, it's easy. Like it says here, win by 14 or more points. Get 2 TDs in the first half. Get 2 TDs in the first half. Get 4. Like, that's simple. That's easy. Especially if you're playing against a weaker opponent. That's kind of simple to do, you know? But, like I said, let's keep it going. Let's keep it scrolling.
Setting goals, playing your games, and completing objectives. Then, you can use staff points to upgrade your staff for players, coach, weekly strategy, and dynamic game day integration. Each week in the NFL presents a new challenge for players, coaches, teams, and fans. Weekly strategy in Madden 22 is designed to mimic the dynamic environment while offering you the chance to confront and overcome various challenges in different ways. In essence, weekly strategy is really the core of your franchise experience. Who you play, where you play, and when you play all matter more than ever. Through next-gen stats and the dynamic game day integration, you'll be able to study your opponent's strengths and weaknesses with detailed statistical and play calling info. Manage your team's fatigue levels throughout the season by controlling practice intensity and reps between game days. Plus, you can assess your first half performance, make adjustments at halftime, and come out of the locker room better prepared for the second half. Because when game day happens, you can never be too ready. Here's some additional details.
Nah, that's cool. Like I said, they put it into a game, so that's a start. But keep in mind, you can do all this and do everything right, and the game still won't turn out in your favor. Or better yet, DDA. You know? And then, according to like these next gen stats, how much of that really play a factor though? Because as you know, in Madden, ratings really do not matter. People can argue me up and down all they want to. They can say that's my opinion, but these are facts. I'm just saying, ratings really don't matter in Madden NFL football. So we just going to see how it play out.
Details on what you can expect to see in weekly strategy. NFL players, coaches, and GMs encounter a roller coaster of scenarios every day, every week, all season long. And the enhanced season engine in Madden 22 was built to emulate these true-to-life ups and downs of the NFL. Madden 22 will launch with over 35 scenarios and will add more as part of our continued franchise live service commitment. One example is the perfect chemistry scenario. During the season, an elite quarterback can trigger a tiered breakout for a young receiver. As the weeks go on, the challenges get tougher, but the rewards increase, giving you the chance to take a middling wide receiver and turn them into one of the league's rising stars. Scenarios like this will allow you to experience more fun and engaging choices, goals, and challenges that lead to meaningful rewards in-game. This expansive catalog of narrative-driven NFL content will start at launch and continue throughout the year, featuring new choices and challenges that are unique to each story, with an impact on both your on-field gameplay as well as your off-field decision-making. We've also completely revamped the Franchise Hub to make the most important information about your franchise more accessible to you. Some of the updates you will see on the new Franchise Hub include an activities list that displays what you need to...
Now see, let me pause this right here. First, I'm going to talk about the season engine. Now, who's to say that we won't keep getting the same thing over and over and over like we did on Madden 21? Because they did not update that. They were supposed to, but they really didn't. That's why we kept getting the same scenarios over and over. Now, when they say see scenarios, you know, if you were an owner, the only scenarios you got were the gameplay scenarios, like game changing, players update, you know, stuff like that. And if you were a coach, you know, you got X factors, you got players who struggling or they feel like they're not getting the ball and things like that. So if you choose to be an owner, what kind of scenarios would you get? I mean, are they changing it for this Madden, or would it be more of the same? And then also, you know, they're showing next gen. So, like I stated in another video, how much of this is going to be on Xbox One and PlayStation 4? Because as of right now, it just seems like they're trying to sell you on buying a next gen console. So whatever the game is lacking, the next gen console will make up for it in a sense. But I mean, and just like this franchise hub update, remember I told you about NHL 21? Go look at NHL 21. Load it up. It's free on EA Play if you got it. And look at their franchise, and you cannot tell me this is not the exact same thing. It's like I said, if it look good on something else that EA is doing, they're going to implement it into Madden. Let's go ahead and get to the end of it.
To do each week, your goals for the week, so you know what you need to accomplish to earn rewards, an updated news screen that keeps you informed of the top stories and reactions from around the league, faster access to roster management screens like signing free agents, adjusting your depth chart, or trading for players, a league tab that surfaces more data to your league versus hunting for information in your stat screens, and a member screen for your online franchise that is easily accessible. Thanks for spending your time with us to learn more about what's new in franchise in Madden NFL 22. Stay tuned for EA Sports Madden NFL 22 channels for more information on the game ahead of the worldwide launch on August 20th, 2021.
Now, the only thing I liked about that was the screen where it showed all the users in the league and the teams by divisions and by conferences. That was cool. The rest of that stuff, you know, they possibly could have kept, you know, because it's like it's all just in one jumbled spot. But, you know, appearance is everything, right? You want to make a good first impression. So, that's going to be it. That's going to be the video. Hey, I appreciate y'all boys and girls. And, hey, if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. I mean, you ain't got to, but if you know you like what you see, go ahead and hit that for me one time. All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.